Hello, most beautiful people out there. We are going to do a bit of an experiment. Well, it's always an experiment because it's energy, but we're going to be doing a clearing on Ottawa. That's going to be very interesting, I think, doing Ottawa. And that's been requested, and we don't know what's going to come up, but we're setting the intention. It's for the highest good of everybody in Ottawa. There, and so without further ado, let's get stuck in, shall we? Let's see what comes up. I don't know how long it's going to take, but hopefully you can see this. Here we go. Right. I'm not sure you can see this. Do you know what? I've changed my folder and everything's now higher up as well, but hopefully you can see it there. So I just want to check who I'm working with, which is the God team. I've just prepped to work. Okay, am I prepped to work and ready to go? Am I operating from Radiant Love New Paradigm level? Yeah. So Ottawa, we're looking at Ottawa, and that's at 0% positive and 100% negative. Okay, I have no idea what's going to come up with this. And they're at incarnational level, so they're not below the line despite everything else, all the decisions being made there. So I'm just going to ask the God team that's working with me to clear any programs from Ottawa. We treat it as a living entity when we're doing the clearing. So anything that we're doing, we can clear vehicles, we can clear inanimate objects, we can clear countries, we can clear towns, all sorts of things. We treat it as a living being, a living soul, for the purpose of the clearing. So, and we don't know what else is going on behind the scenes in other dimensions with this. So we're clearing it anyway from incarnational level, which is really low down, right at the very bottom of the consciousness there, all the way up to Radiant Love New Paradigm level of consciousness. So let's see what's going on in Ottawa. Raising up to 100 positive and down to 0 negative for everyone's highest good. So no matter what your belief system, no matter what your intention there, your reason for wanting it cleared, we want it for the highest good. And I've done clearings before with other SRT practitioners and networking meetings years ago. I remember clearing, I can't remember who we cleared. We cleared a country a few years ago, and it was interesting. There was a lot of rapid change following. We were all clearing together. It was very, very interesting. So it's if it's for the highest good, always make sure it's for the highest good if you're a practitioner watching this as well. And we're just clearing away, old stuff. So it may even be speeding up the process of change there by doing this. We don't really know. I don't really know. We probably won't find out until I go back home, pass over to the other dimensions eventually. But it's worth seeing. This is recorded on the 25th of January, so it'll be worth seeing if there's any change, significant change following this. So it'll be an interesting experiment, still clearing away. So, okay. So, where are we going next? And I can feel it slowing down a bit there. So we're going to chart 5. Chart 5 is blocks and interference, negative motivations. What have we got coming up? Oh, so we've got separates coming up. So is it type 1 or type 2? It's type 2 separates. And these are sort of, for me, I always call it kind of impish energy, really. These are, I'll read you the official definition in a moment, and then you can see. And at how many levels of consciousness are we looking at? 1 level of consciousness. Okay, is there anything else that needs clearing? Well, can we see how many separates there are? How many digits for Ottawa? 1 digit. Oh, it says 100. How many digits? 2 digits. That's better. 3. Is it just 36 separates? Okay, but they can do a lot of mischief, really. And is there anything else that needs clearing? Discarnates and past lives. How many levels of consciousness? 3 levels of consciousness. How many are we looking at those? How many digits? 3 digits. So we're not talking about large amounts. 5, 7, 8. Okay. And anything else here? Anything hidden, buried, cursed, lied about, avoided, and soul is unaware of? Well, let's get all of those cleared first of all. And then I can read you the definition of separates, so you all know what separates is. The official definition from Robert Detzler. There we go. So these are type 2 separates, and type 2 separates attach, again, we treat it as a living soul. So type 2 separates normally attach to the fetus or at birth. They come from the top of the arrows at universal God consciousness on chart 3. Let me just show you that. That's the second part of chart 3. So they come from the top of this lot. Here is the arrows of universal God consciousness on chart 3, and download their programs into the soul of Ottawa. Remove the separates and their programs, which is what we're doing, clearing and removing, and then check to make certain that the separates and all their programs are removed. So, which is what we're doing. So it's a very they're very mischievous. I'll read you what it says about type 1 separates. Type 1 separates are souls who have left the body and reached the level called 1, just above Ascended Master. On chart 3, there are 70 offices in which they can work and 70 levels of consciousness to accomplish. However, some souls choose to return to earth vibrations. They desire to help people or cause problems to someone that they feel has harmed them. Unfortunately, they do not help but hinder. If they stay in the earth vibrations for 42 days, they become earthbound and cannot go free or get free. Someone has to ask that they be cleared, removed, and returned to the spiritual realms. This is type 1 separates. Some enter the earth vibrations and attach themselves to a person practicing SRT. They want their programs cleared so they can move on to higher levels of consciousness. Separates are sometimes hard to find, and they will interfere with working with your high self. Yeah, it's kind of I find it a very mischievous energy when separates are involved, and these are type 2 separates, but so they come from a little bit higher up than the type 1 separates, but it is a bit of a mischievous energy, I find, so it's good to get that cleared out there. And discarnates and past lives, so it's entities from past lives. Let's clear that energy out. Still clearing away, so it's doing quite a lot of clearing there. So there's no time or place, no time or space in spirit when you open up a past life to do research. If there are discarnates involved, they can block you. So there are obviously entities, discarnates in past lives connected to Ottawa there that need clearing. Oh, okay, that's suddenly stopped. So, right, okay, where are we going next? That already feels lighter, I have to say. 6A, which is master programs and discordant energy. So what's running there? Inside right, we've got escapism. Inside right, doom. We've got doom running. That's interesting, isn't it? Outside left, fear. Inside right, failure. Anything else? Do they have past life and ancestral roots? They do. How many levels of consciousness are they running at? I don't want to go through the investigation of past lives. 6. Do we need to investigate past lives? And we don't anyway, but 6 levels of consciousness. So let's remove all of those for Ottawa's highest good. Across all time, space and dimension, elevation, seeds, roots, branches, all energy bodies of Ottawa as well, please. Thank you. Interesting, isn't it? What comes up? It seems to be clearing away a lot. Years ago, not that long ago, but 2 or 3 years ago, I went to clear the area around the Mothman prophecies, and I was blocked, very, very strongly blocked and told not to do it by a very, very powerful spirit who came in, Native American Indian, all dressed in white. And my third eye felt like it was on fire. He came in so strongly and so clear. And I don't know if he was the one that put the curse on the land, if you look into the story of the Mothman prophecies, but or whether he was just a guide there, I'm not sure. But it was very clear, very strong. It felt like my third eye being pummeled. Very, very strong energy, and I was told in no uncertain terms, absolutely not. So I wasn't to get involved with that. So sometimes I'm told not to do these things, and there was obviously a particular reason. May have been for my safety. Maybe my level of consciousness wasn't at the right level to deal with that there. So so I did as I was told. There, it wasn't like a warning to. It didn't feel like a keep out warning as such. It felt like something that was coming from a good place, you know, a honourable, a spiritual place, not a lower vibrational place, should we say. It was very interesting though, very, very, my whole head, you know, felt compressed. And I've had lots of experiences over the years with energy. I've been doing this I've been a medium for over 25 years. So I've had a lot of experiences, and that was an interesting one. Chart 12, we're in spirit energy programming. Already it feels lighter in the energy. I can feel a lightness there. Dysfunction of creative energy by emotions. Loss of seeing God. So let's just clear all of those away from Ottawa. So again, as those that have had these regular clearings, certainly done personally, you know that, you know, you can take the top level off. It's the same when I work on Zoom with people. You take the top level layer off, and then all this stuff comes up following. So it's like taking the lid off a jar, and then all the stuff comes up after. So there may be a whole load of stuff that suddenly starts coming out in Ottawa, or suddenly starts coming to the surface. And this is what happens when you start shifting the layers away, because it's always by layers. You never just clear. There's never, ever, ever a one clearing fixes all, ever. It just doesn't happen. People say, yeah, I got straight to the root cause and it's all done forever. And it just doesn't happen. Because as the consciousness expands, so you're given another opportunity to refine that vibration. And this is why it's important when you do make those changes that you keep reinforcing it. Keep reinforcing the positive action of what you want, basically. When you do make changes, it's important to hardwire the kind of behaviors that you want in your life. So when you do uncover something, then you need to kind of reinforce it with positive attention in that respect. So yeah, anyway, still clearing away there, clearing a lot away. I'm going to do the next one on the Netherlands. I think someone suggested Estonia as well, but I know the Netherlands has been requested, which I will do. We do a country a week or something like that, and squeeze it in with all the others that are coming out, because I think it's just as a matter of interest, really. It's interesting to see what is coming up, and to see if there's any changes happening after the clearings, and if it's speeding things up a bit. And we can always go and do another clearing later on as well. So where are we going next? 21, final items, this one universe. Excuse me. So odds and ends, basically. Something else. Okay, whatever that something else is. Too numerous to list on these charts. So just clear those out, please, God team. Clear them out for Ottawa, please. And I'm not going to do any in-depth stuff with Ottawa either. I'm just going to ask the teams to clear that. Whatever's necessary. I don't need to know all the details. Not in a group clearing like this. Not in a light clearing. Right, okay. Right, where are we going next? I've got many more. As you can see, I've got many more charts added there. I've changed my folder, and I've a lot of healing charts at the back here I use for individual clearings as well. So, but I won't use it for these. I don't want to go into any great depths on on here. So where are we going first? Next. Chart 29, final blessing. Anything on the inside? We've got the etheric body, subconscious mind. So let's just get that cleared and balanced, harmonized, please, for Ottawa. So it's not a great in-depth clearing, this one, but it's interesting, I think. Interesting. And that's cleared quite quickly there. Okay, and where are we going next? Okay, are we done? Can we go to, let's just go to mop up. We're just going to do a very quick mop up, a very, very quick mop up. And my normal mop ups are much more detailed for individual clearings, and the healings are much more detailed as well. Those that have had them know that I'm pretty thorough. I go through stuff in quite a lot of depth. I ask a lot of questions, and they're much longer than these YouTube video ones. So it's still going through a mop up here now. Right. Should we see what's going to be downloaded? Let's see what's going to be downloaded to Ottawa, because I'm curious about that. What are we downloading to Ottawa, please? Inside left. Gentleness. Inside left. Giving freedom. I think that's needed, isn't it? Inside left. Faith. Anything else? No. So let's just download those to Ottawa. Faith, gentleness, and giving freedom. Let's download those in abundance to Ottawa. I mean, you may be somebody that agrees with all the restrictions going on out there, and that's fine. That's fine, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I believe in freedom of choice. And I believe in freedom and autonomy of your own body. And I believe in privacy as well. And whatever you've decided to do, whether to have a vaccination or not have a vaccination, is entirely a private matter for the individual. And that is my firm belief. Someone's medical history is their own business. I'm trying not to get pulled into everything, all the drama that's going on out there at the moment, but I am happy to do this clearing for the countries, for their highest good, for whatever may come up. It may be something totally unrelated that gets cleared, that's necessary, but it's for the highest good of the people that inhabit, everyone that inhabits. So are we done? Okay, so 100 positive, 0 negative. Let's have a look at the consciousness. Is it on this page? No. And where are we now? And we're up here, at least at Radiant Love, New Paradigm level now. So there you go. That was a quick clearing for Ottawa, which is quite interesting. I'm looking forward to doing the Netherlands next. So I won't do that yet. I will do that probably next week, if not before. But I want to crack on and do some of the other requests that you've had, and also do some of those shorter ones as well. So sending you enormous love, as always. It's great to have you on this channel, and take care of yourselves. Bye.